This is me holding myself accountable for the customer service that I've been given, right? So the first thing that I feel like I need to improve is my facial expressions, right? I feel like that on the inside, so it comes out on the outside of my face. I can tell my facial expressions that it affects the customer, because when they walk in, if I'm not really liking it, they walking in, they may ask me like, "You alright?" I'm gonna have to make a conscientious effort to do that, and also smiling. So I don't want to just have a pleasant look on my face, because a lot of times, in so many words, I'm mean mugging. So on top of me wanting to have a pleasant expression on my face, I want to smile, and a genuine smile, right? But that starts in the mind. When people walk in the establishment, the first thing that they recognizing is your face a lot of time. Really, any human interaction is nonverbal, right? So if the majority of human communication is nonverbal, your facial expression being an outward expression of how you feel on the inside, right? So I have to change my perspective on them walking in. So what I've been doing lately is looking at it like, and you would think this is common sense, but I'm just being genuine, to look at it like, okay, this money coming, or this a new client, just anything other than this motherfucker that popped up on me. You know what I'm saying? The next thing I want to work on is acknowledgement, because this another thing I do. People will walk in and I won't even say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time, but there are times when people will come in and I won't say shit, nothing. It make people uncomfortable. And I just feel like there's something that I do that's not right. And a lot of times, again, it's because of me disliking them showing up unannounced. So by me recognizing it about myself, I gotta work on it. And when I looked into it, I looked at Google ChatGPT, and it was saying to basically greet people within the first 1 to 5 seconds of walking into an establishment. And if you think about it, when you look at places like Walmart, they always have greeters there. Not to say that all greeters at Walmarts are people that acknowledge you when you walk in, but it is a greeter. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a welcoming thing for, instead of somebody walking in and they sit down and I don't say nothing, people feel better when you, "Hey, such and such, how you doing?" Or, "What's going on, family? How you doing?" Or, if they a new customer, like, "Hey, I'll be with you in a second." So there was just something that I had to hold myself accountable on. The third and the last thing that I need to work on is my tone of voice when people do call my phone. When people call my phone, it's a lot of irritability there. It's just different things that set me off for what I can't really pinpoint it, but I have recognized it. So again, when people call, I gotta work on how I respond to the questions, but first and foremost is the tone of voice, because you can hear the irritability in my voice, I'm pretty sure, just as well as you can see the disapproval in my facial expression when people show up unannounced, right? So when people call, instead of me sounding, I've been working on sounding more pleasant, right? And even in Proverbs in the scripture, it says a soft answer turns away wrath, right? And harsh words stir up anger. So it's just wise to be more tactful in the way that you talk to people. The way that I really came to the conclusion that I need to work on my customer service is I read this book called Charisma. And even though the book wasn't talking about customer service, they were talking about human interaction in so many words. And when it was talking about the human interaction, those were the things that it spoke on. The last couple of weeks, I've been improving it. It's still a little bit of it in me, but compared to before, when I was thinking about how I am versus me actually implementing the things that I've been saying, I can tell a difference. I could tell, and mind you, I've been cutting hair 16, 17 years professionally. So that just lets you know that there's always room for improvement. It don't matter how long you've been doing anything, you can always improve. And those were things that I felt like were flaws in my barbering repertoire. Right? Even though this can apply to anything, I'm holding myself accountable on what I do for a living, because I deal with the public. So anybody can come in there. At any time, people refer people. I had a master barber who gave me wisdom years ago. I was in his barber shop and he told me, you don't make money off of business, you make money off repeat business. So meaning you want to have repetitive customers. Anybody who's in the hair service industry, it's a little bit of cockiness with us. I've noticed that over the years. It's confidence, nothing wrong with confidence, but a lot of us have, we'll just say, a lot of us in the hair industry should practice more humility when it comes to our clientele. Because a lot of times the talent will make people accept more things from you, such as the things that I said I'm flawed on. But when you know better, you do better. So I don't want to just go on looking at it like they got to deal with whatever, because this is me. This is how I am. When deep down you know that ain't right. That's not the right thing to do, because I wouldn't want to be treated like that. I wouldn't want to walk in the barber shop and somebody's looking at me with disgust in their face. I wouldn't want to walk in the barber shop and they not smiling, looking like they happy that I'm there. I wouldn't want to call a barber's phone and he sound like he pissed off and I ain't even did nothing to him. Our clientele is the lifeblood. So if people don't come and spend their money with us, we don't eat. So even though, like I said, people will come, even if you have, so to speak, bad service as a barber or a cosmetologist or a natural hairstylist and so on and so forth. But I feel like you will have better word of mouth. You will have better word of mouth on you and on your name if on top of your talent and your skill level, you got good personality, you got good customer service. Because I'm not saying that I have a bad personality, and all that. All I'm saying is, because I have conversations with my people and all that, but I recognize that there are a lot of times where I be unprofessional. And it ain't no other way to put it. I be unprofessional when it comes to stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure it's other stuff too, but I feel like this like at the top of the list, the things that I said. So, if you got thoughts on what I'm saying, or if you got thoughts or any kind of feedback, it is appreciated. But I did just want to share that, All right, y'all be smooth.